Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Sliding to avoid contact. It's the Audience of One show on Conroe's 106.1 and 104.5 FM, streaming on irlonestar.com and available wherever you tend to get your podcasts from. On today's show, we discuss becoming Mrs. Doubtfire, a terrible job interview, and having a very, very long name. I am Andrew, maestro of the run sheet, next to the guy who thinks that if you go into the woods, you should have bear mace. It's Dick. Dongles aren't a problem in my life anymore. Schisler.
What's up?
What's up, buddy? Oh, you're already relaxed. Oh my God, we're 30 seconds into the episode, and he's already assumed the minute 50 position.
Well, you know,
Come on, baby. Let's make some radio. Let's make a radio, baby.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Oh, of course. I just spent time.
Of course, man.
Yeah, I spend time with friends and their family, and it's always nice to have friends that you are very simpatico with, because the family understands who you are.
Right.
And it's not awkward.
They know you. They have an understanding.
They know me for a long time. And it's also like, so I get to like, hey, I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Now, did you eat dinner with them or did you break bread with them?
I broke bread. We chatted. We had great conversation. And I made some food. They made some food. We're all making food.
I think I'm going to start saying that, breaking bread.
Yeah, bread, you should. What's wrong with it? Well,
nothing. I need to say it more.
Because when you tell somebody you're breaking bread with them, it's an invitation for a conversation. You're not just looking to just eat. It's like, no.
It does seem like you need to leave an extra space at the table for Jesus when you're breaking bread. Doesn't it have, like, something back to biblical times? Right?
Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know. Well, I had a good Thanksgiving. Yes, went and saw my folks.
It'd be ironic if it had something to do with Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because, like, isn't it the whole old tale of Thanksgiving was the Indians and the Americans, or the Americans, the...
Continue.
What were they called? The Pilgrims.
Pilgrims, yeah.
Yeah. They got together and they broke bread.
They did.
Maybe that's where it came from. I'm going to look it up.
Oh, here we go. Looking it up on the fly. Yes, I had a nice Thanksgiving. I traveled, but we didn't do that thing where we went around the table and said what we were thankful for. And I'm actually kind of glad, because those can always get kind of weird. Because you have such variances in the responses. Somebody will be like, oh, I'm really happy for and thankful for the cornbread stuffing. And then somebody else will come back and say like, I'm just happy I got a negative test result.
Yeah, well, people bring down the room.
Like, yeah, bring it down now. Bring it down.
And you have to shame them.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, thanks, Tommy, for making a joke out of damned everything. Meanwhile, you have someone over here who's very thankful.
I think
it's awkward.
I think if someone told me that, I'd be like, so let's think of scenarios where we're glad it's a positive test.
Right.
But no, looking it up, it says breaking bread originates from ancient Jewish traditions. So it goes way back.
So nothing to do with pilgrims and or Americans and or
it's, signifying
the natives.
Signifying sharing and hospitality, community, and fellowship.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got to break bread with your folks and your family.
Yeah.
Your friends.
Who don't I break bread with, bro?
This is true. This is true. You do have it.
I'm on a constant breaking bread.
You are. I'm impressed. I look up to you. You're my breaking bread expert. Love it. Constant state of vacation or weekend. I love it, man. It's great.
Well, no, actually, I came up with this new thing.
Yes.
I'm on indefinite leave.
From? You can't leave something if you never had a place to originate from.
I'm just like the normal life. Like, I'm on indefinite leave from the... What's normal?
Where's Dick? He's on a sabbatical. From what?
I'm on a walkabout.
Everything.
Yeah, just everything.
Speaking of that, I have decided that I think about 90% of everything I do is basically stuff I don't want to do. Something I don't like. Whether or not it's going to work, don't want to do that. Dinner, nope. Laundry, don't want to do it.
This doesn't surprise me because
well, it shouldn't.
It's all about the mindset and philosophy of your spirit. And you
teach me a wise one.
You tend to look at things that you don't like little things bother you, and it becomes you.
About 90% of every day. Yeah,
because like I enjoy things that you probably don't enjoy.
Probably, yeah, I would imagine so.
So, like, give me an example of the 90%. Are you talking like things like brushing your teeth?
Everything. I don't want to do it. And I think the older I get, the less tolerance I have for that stuff I don't want to do. So I think the goal of getting older is basically to have that percentage number get as low and as low as possible. And I'm really hoping technology is going to help me out with that. It's going to eliminate all the stuff that I don't want to do. Cooking, work, AI is going to eliminate work. Robots are going to cook for me. They're going to do my laundry. It's going to be great. And then I can have time to do what I do want to do.
And what is that, though?
Which is broadcast.
Okay, good.
And play golf.
I thought it was
hang out with you.
I thought it was going to be like
drink wild turkey.
No, I want to build doll houses.
No, nothing altruistic like that. I just want to help out the needy. Screw that. Me. All me, baby.
But see, people feel fulfilled when they help the needy.
If that's what that makes them feel fulfilled, then good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not me, baby. I want to stripe one right down the middle, fairway, 260 yards. That's what makes me happy.
You can't like golf that much.
I don't know. You'd be surprised.
Because golf is it's enjoyable, but it's not something I would want to do every day.
I don't know. I'd like to try that theory out. I imagine if I did play it every day, it would probably get a little boring. Every other. Let's not push it.
Because I'm more of like I want to do something. I would play golf with somebody every day.
What? That didn't make any sense.
But I wouldn't.
Oh, you mean like by yourself?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No. Part of the experience of golf is hanging out with your buds.
Yeah.
Having a little bit of cinnamon whiskey every fifth hole. That's the fun part.
Yeah, because I think that comes down to what I like to do. Like, for example, I do not drink alone.
Uh-huh.
I promise you. Like, you go to my fridge right now, 0 alcohol is in my area.
That's why he's constantly calling people, want to hang out? Want to hang out? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You up?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm just kidding.
You up? You want to do some stuff?
Yeah.
You want to smoke some meat and drink some beer? Which I guess see. That's why I was thinking the other day. I almost want to work in a restaurant because I think I would enjoy that every day. Like a waffle. That's like one of my. If I ever became into money, the first thing I would do is build a Waffle House somewhere very.
Yeah, but you don't want to wait on people. You just want to eat the food.
No, I'd cook. I'd be that guy who'd come in. I'd take a shift. I'd be the cook.
Take a what?
A shift.
Okay.
I would be part of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
And I would cook you eggs.
I would
and
love it in a Waffle House outfit or uniform.
I would love it. I would
flipping
love
some Belgian
to do
waffies.
That. Oh, that'd be so much fun.
Oh my God. Oh, that's funny, man. So I have avoided this conversation on purpose because it kind of annoys the heck out of me. Go figure.
You know what's strange though?
What's that? We're going backwards.
I was looking into doing a Waffle House. They require you to have a jukebox.
Oh, how nostalgic!
It's really strange to me. I was looking at that. I was like, it's like Touchstone or something like that. And I was like, they require you to have that? Like, who goes to Waffle House to listen to music? Like, that was really strange.
It's kind of like a bowling alley requiring you to have a cigarette machine.
No, it was this specific type of juke. It's like they made a deal.
Mm-hmm.
They made a deal with this company that you pay money to play your music, whatever they're called. You know, have you ever seen those in bars and stuff? It's like you put $1 in.
Yeah.
They require you to have that.
Interesting.
That one. And I'm like, I can't play my own. Like, what? And
it's probably to keep uniformity across all of the Waffle Houses so they're all have the same type of music.
Yeah.
The same kind of vibe.
But you can play your own music. Meaning, like, I can go up there and put my $1 bill and play, like,
yeah, but it's
Slipknot.
from a selected Slipknot.
No, it's like a thing at a bar. The same
it's
company.
anything. It's anything
goes.
goes.
You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen those?
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about something else.
No, it's that company.
Okay.
And that was really strange. I was like,
maybe they got to deal with Waffle House.
They might, but that's just a strange.
It is.
Maybe that's how they're surviving with egg prices going up and down all the time.
Well, I've avoided this conversation because it's kind of annoying, but this term 6-7 that is all over the place, really annoying. It's just this nonsensical term that the youth have made up, and it was actually the word of the year.
And no one knows what it means, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really have a meaning.
It came from somewhere.
It came from a rap song, and then, of course, social media popularized it amongst the youth. It's kind of annoying, and we haven't brought it up, but I did do something the other day. I wanted to know if 67.com was available for purchase, and lo and behold, it is. SIXSEVEN, not the letter, but not the number, but the letters. 67.com. Would you like to know how much 67.com is going for?
No.
Most websites, I'm thinking $15 a month, $20, maybe due to the popularity, it might be $80. GoDaddy, who apparently owns this domain, wants $294,888.
I didn't know GoDaddy did that. I thought like GoDaddy said like, oh, there's a flat rate for everything. It's $15 a month.
Unless I'm trying to get scammed. And that's entirely possible. This guy could be this could have been not legitimate. But they gave him my information. They contacted me back with the price. I didn't reply because that's laughable. They contacted me again saying, hey, are you sure?
You said
67.com. And I replied back, I am interested. I did get your email. However, it's $294,000 over my budget. So I was hoping we could somehow monetize it, jump in on this 6.7 craze, but alas, it's just a little bit out of my budget, or at least what this guy was claiming to sell it for.
All right. The register, it's not GoDaddy owns it, by the way. Someone else owns it. It is Enom Inc.
Okay.
And if you want to know their email address to contact them, it's abuse@enom.com. So Enom owns it. And that's why. Because GoDaddy sells them at right now, most of their stuff is $11.99 a year.
Right. So, okay, GoDaddy must have just been at the bottom of the response.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
you got to go to the Who Is database. Like,
Okay.
Who Is, and then GoDaddy has its own Who Is. That's probably, you went to GoDaddy.com, use their Who Is.
Probably.
But yeah, if you want to buy it, I'll contact abuse@enom.com.
No, I'm not interested anymore. I just want to know where this guy came up with this random number. And
okay, so the random number, I looked it up. It's for your case, it's a nonsensical.
Nonsensical.
It's a nonsensical term, meaning
Yes.
like there is no definition.
Right. It has no meaning. I said that.
Yeah, that's what it is for that. And then,
but it costs $294K for the
40
domain.
years ago, 67 was the number. *67 was the number you put in your phone to block a number.
Oh yeah, I remember that actually.
So that was the original current use for it. So there is for like the old current. The new current it doesn't mean anything. It's stupid and it's slang.
Yeah, again, I've avoided it, but I just thought it was funny that someone was actually trying to get that much money for that domain. Hey, more power to him if he's able to, right? I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's what people do every day. They're looking up cool URLs.
Yeah, and buying them, and you hold on to them, and then you
I think my favorite
buy and trade.
My
buy low, sell high is what I always say.
My favorite URL.
Tell me your favorite URL, Dick.
Well, it's the battle. So you ever heard of Steam, the company?
I guess not.
So Steam is a $1 billion software company that sells video games.
Okay.
And it's huge. But Steam.com was owned by some guy that was like a manufacturer for fixing fabric, like doing something.
Is that related to Crunchyroll somehow?
No, he refuses to sell it to him.
Oh yeah, holding out.
And
you go, dude.
So
it's like the one guy on the block when the major development comes through. I ain't selling.
Yeah, but now it's a dead site because someone else bought
maybe he won,
and he does not want to sell it. But yeah, I think that's pretty funny.
It is. All right, buddy, let's go ahead and kick off this show because again, the internet giveth, it never taketh away.
Yeah.
I need my show music. It was the dark hair on the back of the neck, hands, and chin of an elderly woman renewing her identity card that first tipped off authorities to an alleged crime and led to the arrest of a 57-year-old man in northern Italy. Dick, I want you to show the picture of this because this is crazy, but this 57-year-old man was arrested for impersonating his dead mother, who had passed away in 2022 at the age of 82, in order to collect her pension. This is crazy. Now, I got to admit, are you showing the picture, Dick?
Yeah.
He does a pretty good job. I'm just going to say that. I mean, I guess you can kind of tell which one is the young man and which one's the woman, but I think he's pulling it off. What do you think?
If you look right on his lower right cheek, that's got to be a beard, dude.
It does look like he needs to shave a little bit tighter when he's doing this get up, doesn't he?
Then again, the picture looks blown out. So
I'm pretty impressed. Do you think you could pull this off and look a little bit like your mom? Do you favor your mom or your dad?
A little bit of both.
Oh.
Well, like, because when I was younger, there was a picture that looked exactly like my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he had his high school photo, and he let my high school photo. It was uncanny.
Wow.
But see, then as I grew, I didn't look like that. But now I know as I get older, if I start looking more like my grandfather,
You know where it's going.
Yeah, I'm like,
You know where
man,
it's headed.
I'm becoming a bird, or a goblin. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, when this elderly woman's identity card expired, her son put on makeup, a wig, and her clothes in order to pose as her and renew her card, something that must be done in person. Surveillance footage of the parking lot shows that the man drove to the office dressed as his mother, despite the fact that she doesn't hold a driver's license, which tipped officers off. When they went to the elderly woman's home, they found her mummified body in the laundry room closet, wrapped in sleeping bags. Dude, he mummified his mom. I don't know that I would know how to do that, actually. I mean, if you ask me right now, how do you mummify somebody? I don't know. But he did.
I know the concept of it. So you
Right.
could start there.
And my thought is, why couldn't he just bury her? He had to mummify her and keep her alive. Was he trying to pull her out at some point in time?
He might,
Look, she's still around.
You said he was living in Rome?
Italy. The story originates out of Rome.
Well, I meant more of like, because he's living in Rome. Rome's a pretty populated city. You can't just go bury something. Someone's going to see you.
You have a point. If he is in the inner city,
Yeah.
he doesn't have maybe he can do it at the cover of darkness. Put it in the back of his Fiat.
Well, I don't
You
know.
know, and
Maybe
drive
he didn't
out.
have sounds like he needs money, so he might not have a car.
Yeah.
The question when
Sure.
you sent this article, the thing I always like to
Mhm.
think about is this person walks in, and the person working at the pension place, they're the first person that probably goes, "That's a man."
Right. It's a real life Miss Doubtfire.
But
Is what it was.
what I love,
Hello!
but what I love about this is with today's gender affirming world,
Uh-huh.
do you think that person had a second guess?
Right.
They
Like,
were
you can't say anything
it's
anymore.
like, that's definitely a dude.
Yes,
Like-
definitely do, but I can't say
right.
anything.
Like, but they kind
I
of,
identify as an 82-year-old woman.
but they kind of, when you look at the photo though, you're like, that kind of looks like him.
You have a point there. Like,
And
you
you're
can't
like,
say anything anymore.
But then again, I think an 82-year-old renewing their pension, they're going to be like, yeah, we got to double check this just because.
You would think because there is money involved.
Yeah. So it's like, let's double check it.
It's not like just dead naming somebody. There's cash here.
What do you think the conversation was from that clerk to the superior? Because I doubt the clerk called the police. I bet they went to the superior and they're like,
You got to check this out,
like,
man.
hey, like, this is probably the greatest thing ever. You got to check out this dude trying to pass off as great.
Man, I don't know that I
Mom.
would do this for $100K. Like, it would have to be a lot of money, but I can't imagine grandma's pension was getting that much money, right? It's got to be several thousand
Well, he's
bucks a month.
unemployed.
He's an unemployed nurse.
So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, if it works, that's great. That's free
yeah.
$100 or whatever.
Well,
But knowing that his mom was dead,
Mhm.
that's a little psychopathic.
Yeah, it's a little weird keeping
Because
her
that means
locked
long
up like that.
term. Because really,
What was his plan?
well, realistically, she's 82, right?
Was at the time of her
At the
death.
time of her death. So he probably, and when did he need to renew it? This is recent, right?
Yearly. It sounds like yearly. That's why he's got to keep her around. And I guess if he's mummifying her, he's thinking maybe she'll stick around in good enough condition if somebody needs to see her.
So he's been doing it
For 3
years.
years. Yeah.
and then he finally got caught.
He's accused of concealing a corpse, fraud against the
Oh
state,
yeah, he did a lot of bad things.
impersonation, and forgery of a public document. But get this, he is also accused of removing fluids from his mother's body with a syringe to prevent decomposition.
Wait, that's against the law? Is that specific thing?
It says he's accused of doing that. I think that's all part of the concealing a corpse.
Oh, that'd be the funniest thing is they call the man up like, hey, we found your mom. Oh my gosh, you did? Who did that? But no,
yeah, I mean, especially when you have people over and like, hey man, where can I put my coat? Just not in that closet. Not in that closet over there. No. I got it right here on the hall tree.
well, because like, say this plan worked till she was hypothetically 95.
Sure.
Eventually, I guess they don't really care.
I think he was trying to ride it out for as long as he could.
I know,
Here's what the article says, that the country's death registries and public services are not always in sync and can take years to report deaths, which means pension checks continue to be sent out until someone notifies local pension office. So he was waiting for that notification.
But then,
And then at one point he'd be like, oh, she must have just died. Oh.
yeah, but then you got to take care of the death certificate, right?
Something.
Because they're gonna ask, "Where's your mom?"
She's in the closet. Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm saying,
It was a plan not well thought out, although his costume was well thought out.
because I feel like if I was going to commit this crime, I have to accept the fact that any which way I'm going to get caught, but I have to have a good excuse.
I don't think he thought he was going to get caught, man.
But no. Eventually, you're going to, because they're going to be like, "Hey, where's your mom?" And you're like, oh, she died. Like, well, when did she die? If you say yesterday, well, where is she? Where's the body?
He's hoping that mummification process was going to work, man.
But even if the body's disappeared, you have a dead body that no one knows where it is. There's got to be a follow-up from the police going, this is kind of suspicious. We can't find this body. This guy has been lying to authorities for over 10 years.
Are you saying this plan was destined to fail from the start, Dick?
Because I would think of doing this. I would totally dress up as a woman to get free money. And then, but again, there's no out. There's like, unless you're going to, if you say, hey, I'm going to do this for 10 years and then get out of the country, yeah, you could probably get away with it. That's probably what I would do.
Well, he's now facing a lot of charges. I don't recommend doing this. Hey, Dick, do you remember we talked about the woman in SeaWorld in Florida who got hit by a duck?
Yeah, she's suing?
Yeah, and she sued SeaWorld. She was on a ride, a roller coaster, and a duck came by and hit her in the face. Well, I have an update on this story, and I think you're going to love this.
Oh, please.
SeaWorld has responded to her allegations. Get this. They filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit last month. In the motion,
oh my God,
they said that Hillary Martin, who was the victim here, was actually hit by a snowy egret, a wild migratory bird, and not a duck. Ergo, her lawsuit is invalid.
Oh, okay.
Nope, sorry. Now, I put the blame on her lawyer for using the term duck. If he had said something like bird or just fowl, maybe it goes through, but duck is like, nope, sorry.
If I had to,
snowy egret, dismissed.
No, I think what it is, the logic behind it, is you could argue the duck's habitat is the roller coaster area.
Right. So but this was an egret, so hey, he was just flying by.
That's why I think why they used duck.
Mm-hmm. This is a smart lawyer. SeaWorld hired the Johnny Cochran.
No,
if the duck don't hit, you must have quit.
Well, no, because the other lawyer was smart too, because they were trying to argue that this was a duck that
they live around this pond.
Well, no, they mismanaged at the park.
Right. And they're saying, hey, this is a migratory egret. We can't prevent it from flying halfway across the United States.
This is why I love
this is great.
I love the law, man.
It says SeaWorld claims that they cannot be legally held responsible for, quote, a wild animal's actions.
That's true.
Also, by the way, they are saying that Martin, the woman here, did not seek medical attention immediately until a day or two after her visit to the park. So she wandered around the rest of the park and enjoyed herself.
This reminds me, remember I told you that story of taking defensive driving?
Yes.
And they had that section about wild animals.
Maybe you did.
And I was just listening. I was doing other things. Because clearly, when you're doing
because it was an online course. That's right.
And he goes, if you see a squirrel in the road, you hit the squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, wait, what?
Wait, rewind. Now I'm interested.
And he was saying for the safety,
correct,
and liability of your driving.
Yeah, you don't want to swerve and end up hitting a child. Brake and the car hits you behind. Just do some justice on that squirrel.
He just hit the squirrel. I really wanted to save. I was trying to save that footage. I wanted that to be like a meme, like just hit the squirrel, and that's what it reminds me of. It's
man,
I'm glad we got. See, what's interesting to me about this woman,
yes,
is do you think she would ever tell anybody this story?
Oh, I think she's telling everybody. She told the news.
Well, I meant more of like 10 years down the road. It's like, oh, you're the woman that tried to sue SeaWorld because you got hit by an egret. Egret. But
it was a duck.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Get this, Dick. A Florida man opened fire at a group of people over a discussion about how many eggs a chicken can lay. This is crazy.
Yeah, I like it.
The bizarre confrontation unfolded outside of a bar and then quickly escalated from casual small talk into a scene that left patrons scrambling for safety. Check this out. 44-year-old Peter Riera called the police on November 4th saying that he had been robbed and was being chased. He had been talking to 3 other people at a bar discussing chickens and egg production. They told officers the conversation escalated to the point where Riera, who had produced himself as Farmer Pete, grew paranoid and thought the trio were trying to jump him. So what do? You get out the pistol and you start shooting at them. You ever got into an argument about chickens and eggs?
Yeah, of course.
Which one came first? This sounds like something that happens at about 1 a.m. after a lot of wild turkey. I don't know where this got, but this guy is now being held on $435,000 bond. Not a story that you want to tell when you're in the clink in cell block 6. What are you in here for? Somebody was arguing over chickens with me, so I had to pop them, bro. This is interesting. I don't know. Quick hit, bud. Quick hit. And the fact that this guy's name was Farmer Pete.
Yeah, I know. This is a great story. Trying to con him, man. They were trying to con me.
Well, he claims that he was innocently asking him, Tyler, one of the guys who is an egg seller at the farmer's market, how many eggs his chickens usually lay. The question was then allegedly misinterpreted, leading to a disagreement in which the man thought he was being conned. Somehow, because he was interested in making some money, Tyler was, and Farmer Pete didn't take kindly to his words.
You forget my favorite aspect of being arrested.
And now Dick's favorite aspect of being arrested
is what you're wearing.
What was Farmer Pete wearing?
Farmer Pete arrested dressed in jean overalls and barefoot.
I'm seeing this now, yes. Well, as you would expect a man named Farmer Pete
and we
to be
got a
dressed
picture of it. So this kind of gives you an insight of Farmer Pete.
Yeah.
There he is.
Love it.
There's Farmer Pete, guys. There's your buddy.
He does appear like he might take a pop shot at someone in a bar parking lot over a conversation or an argument with how many legs and eggs a chicken would lay.
He's wearing a shirt.
Yeah, congratulations. Right? Congratulations.
Yeah, that story makes 100% sense to me now. And
did you hear the crazy story that took place in North Texas where they arrested 25 people in an alleged cockfighting ring?
Ooh.
Yes, this is the next story. Now, the story, it's kind of, we've covered stuff like this before, but the one thing I wanted to show you...
I think that's how I'm going to get arrested for the first time.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You're always wanting to go to a cockfight. Well, they arrested 25 people at 11 a.m. They were fighting cocks in the morning.
They have a trophy?
Yeah, that's where I'm going. So literally the only reason I'm bringing this story up is because apparently this competition had a huge trophy with what appears to be a chicken on top. I didn't know that they had trophies with big cocks on
you know
them.
this is a serious sport.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you're the person who owns the business, the trophy business, and someone comes in there and wants to buy a trophy with a chicken on top of it, it's kind of a red flag. We're just having a cooking competition.
No, I'd go in there. I'd be like, I need a trophy that has a chicken on top. Like, oh, what's that's interesting. What is it for? It's like, well, my chicken is whoever chicken lays the most eggs.
No, we already know that'll get you in trouble.
And that's what we're doing. That'd be great.
I don't know. I just think it's a red flag. If you flip to the next picture, it does say Dia del Pavo on the placard there, which I believe means Turkey Day, literally translated from Spanish, with 4 gallos underneath it, which I believe is turkeys, or I'm sorry, chickens. So we've got turkeys, chickens, we're all kinds of things mixed up.
2025.
2025, yeah.
That means they've been doing this yearly, and I've been missing out on it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure this goes on a lot more than we know.
Yeah.
More than 60 roosters
were
recovered from the property.
Of any illegal activity involving chicken fights, contact us at
audience1show@gmail.com.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, man. Trophies for chicken fights, cockfighting.
I'm glad you brought this to my attention. That means that exists.
Yeah, and it's just right up the road in North Texas.
And if it exists, that means there's a chance it's happening right now. So keep an eye out. Or keep a feather out.
They equip those roosters with all kinds of razors and things. It gets pretty brutal. Like I said, they rescued 60 roosters, but several of them had to be euthanized.
Because I remember we were going to El Salvador. They're like, "Hey, everyone was like, what do you want to do?"
Chicken fight.
No, I said I understand the limitations of the chicken fight, but I do know there's a bullfight going on this weekend in this town. So if you want to go to it, I'm down.
Well, this is interesting. It does say here that the sheriff's office shared this image that we were looking at of the trophy that was reportedly intended to be awarded during the event. Duh. But I'm wondering which one of those sheriffs is going to get to keep that trophy. Because, they're like,
cool.
Oh, yeah, this is a treasured award here.
See, again, that would be an awesome thing to encounter of like a neighbor. You go into
you walk in,
and there's these trophies of just the craziest things. And you're like, what is
that a chicken on top of that trophy?
Hell yeah.
Best wings 2025.
Yeah, I like it.
What are you doing this Saturday? The trophy has been placed in the agency's property room as evidence pending trial. Last story here before the break. Actually, no. I've got 2 stories here. Do you remember we covered the Russian man who was putting oil into his biceps?
Oh, yeah, gross,
So he would have
dude.
big
That's gross.
arms. Yeah, so he became infamous online for turning his arms into cartoon-sized biceps. Well,
Wow.
sadly, it is now reported that he is at risk of losing both of his arms. Shocker! Who would have thought?
See, what I don't get about this is why would you inject yourself to look bigger, but the effectiveness isn't there?
It didn't even look real. That's the thing.
Well, no, it's not you lift more.
No, he wasn't. He doesn't care. He wasn't caring about the results in the gym. He was interested in attracting females, and he said that beautiful women do not want to date guys such as him unless he has big muscles, which of course were not actual muscles. Well, this guy, sadly, now is not doing so good, had lots of infections, and is now at the risk of losing both of them big Popeye arms. In fact, he's called Russian Popeye.
Well, I hope he makes it. That's sad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is kind of a sad story.
But you know what? He should hang out with the guy who likes to amputate himself.
Oh yeah, the doctor.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no,
They should hang out.
It said at first this guy experimented with just household oil, but the household oil would disappear
No more.
quickly.
No more. I
So
don't
then he
wanna know.
decided to boil vegetable oil in a saucepan and injecting it with
I don't wanna-
5
I
milliliters
don't-
daily,
I don't like it.
and then eventually replaced it with Vaseline,
I don't
which gave him huge gains.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
All right, here, last story, another update. This is just an episode full of updates.
Oh, these are my favorite.
Do you remember we covered the social media trend of people urinating in places and then
not
having
get caught.
Yeah, not getting caught, and then people would try to guess or find like where they were peeing at or something along
Take
those
a step
lines.
back. Take a step
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
In the game, is it I have to catch you, or anyone can catch you?
I guess
Like
it's
the
anybody
world.
can catch you. Or maybe it wasn't so much a catching thing. It was as much it was just look where I'm peeing.
And you have to find it.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a catch and find aspect to this. It's more just look at me. I'm peeing on the 50-yard line.
But see, I could see it being a game where, like, look where I'm peeing. For next person who goes over there and takes a picture of it,
Yeah, wins a prize.
gets a point.
Like Mr. Beast. Something. Well, I know we talked about this occurring on college campuses, and I believe we talked about this guy from Baylor.
Yeah.
He's a freshman, and he was running an anonymous account,
Yeah, he's the winner.
posting videos of urinating on campus. Well, guess what? He was identified by police and referred to student conduct and has now been unenrolled. Dun, dun, dun.
So
they caught him. They got him.
Well, see, what's strange about that? If I knew the story was being spoken on Audience of One, I would immediately stop that activity. I'd be like,
Oh, it's out there.
It's gotten too big.
It's too big now. You know how they got him, right? How they ultimately ID'd him? Because when he would pee, he'd write his name.
Really?
No. No. But that would be pretty
Yeah,
stupid.
that'd be hilarious.
Just my initials. Nobody will know it's me.
Yeah.
This is what's funny. The student did tell police that he used water bottles, and so they were fake videos, except for one that was recorded near the bear habitat, he said, where he was concealed by trees. Now, why in the hell would you admit to one actual urination incident, right? I mean, if you're saying it's a water bottle, you could probably get away scot-free with it. Look, it's fake. They probably can't prove it. But you're real proud of this one. So proud that you had to admit it. Yeah, that was actually me there. Look at that. Look at that arc. Look at that distance. It's all me, baby.
See, when people need to know, you just take pride in just achieving it. You don't take pride in showing people it. You just like, you know what, I did that. That's it.
At the start of the semester, a social media trend swept campuses nationwide. Dozens of accounts were created anonymously, labeling themselves as university pissers.
This is my kind of story.
I know,
dude.
dude.
This is
So
hilarious.
stupid. All right, man, that's all we've got time for this half. When we come back, we're going to talk about a Raccoon Bender. Stick around, guys, right here on the Audience of One show.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston, Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
We back on Audience of One Show here every Friday morning at 10 a.m. with new episodes on podcasts, Lone Star Community Radio, YouTube. Just look us up. You can always send us your funny articles. Love having the articles being sent to us at audienceofoneshow@gmail.com. And then, send us some more pissing articles. And I like articles about what people are wearing when they're being arrested. That's a great one. Also, for this segment, I want to give a special shout out to one of our onesies, Justin, out in the world. If you didn't know, if you stream music and things like that on Spotify, I think Apple Music does it. They do like a wrapped party where it shows
End of the year
statistics for your account. And we were his number 1 podcast.
I thought that was pretty cool, man.
So he's got the biggest onesie, you know what I'm talking about? He's got, in my book, biggest onesie, Justin. That's
Shout
you.
out, bud.
And also,
much appreciated for sticking it through this thing.
Yeah, no, I think it's wonderful. Again, you're so pessimistic on life.
I don't know. I've heard every episode we've done. It's pretty tough at times. So, Justin, the fortitude you're distributing.
It's tough at times?
Yeah, well.
How?
Displaying, not distributing. We'll get into that later.
Whatever. Well,
sometimes you can be a little tricky to deal with.
Oh, no. Yes. Well, that's who I am. Sorry you got to deal with it. Better start therapy. One thing I do also want to share, we're talking about the rap. I got my rap.
Your end of the year Spotify rap?
Yeah, my Spotify rap.
Are you about to tell me what your top listened to
I had
playlists were? Or
biggest chuckle
Uh-huh.
when I saw my number 1. It was Selena. And I go, man, I didn't realize I listened to her that much because I listened to over 34,000 minutes of music this year.
And she tops it, huh?
And she's on top. And I was like,
little bitty bitty bum bum, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's a great song.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I was very happy when I saw that. I was like, I love me some Selena. I'm okay with that. A very diverse choice of music.
I'm glad you were confident enough in yourself to admit that right here.
Oh, no. If anything, that's I've spread that around the world.
Gotcha.
Like, people need to hear Selena. But also what was very interesting, another stat that I enjoyed was they tell you your average age of the music you listen to. Can you guess what my average age was?
Well, seeing as how Selena was number 1 and she has not been with us for some 35 years now, I'm going to say probably right around, let's say 37.5 years old. It's the average. No, because you probably listen to some newer stuff that'll bring that up. But let's go with it. 37.
57.
57. So there's a lot of 70s going on.
So there were, I saw that. And one thing I love
that means there's got to be some 60s too.
Oh, yeah. I listen to all sorts of music and old music and things like that. But it was great. It was when I see these stats, and then, of course, when your friends are sharing the stats, I'm like, I got a trump card on all you guys. Selena. And then the machine thinks I'm 57 years old. So
no, it's the average age of your music.
You're
that age.
No, it said this is like what they think how old you are.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay, it thinks you're 57 years old.
Yeah, it's like based off your music choices.
Okay,
this
that
is
makes
the
sense.
age group you fit in, and I'm like, yeah.
Speaking of age group, did you hear that a woman gave birth to a baby girl in a Buc-ee's parking lot?
Doesn't surprise me. They're everywhere.
Well, yeah, and large parking lots too, right? So they are nicknaming this little girl Little Buc-ee.
That's nice.
But I think they should call
That's
her
a sweet name.
I think they should call her Beaver Nugget. Just saying. And you think when that little baby grows up,
I have a great story for you, by the way.
You think she's gonna
remind me after this of a Buc-ee thing? I can't say it. I can't say it on the show.
You think they'll have like large groups of people who were born in like parking lots and things, like people who were named Kyle, all meeting together from the meeting of the Kyles, and she'll flex on everybody because she was born in Buc-ee's, where they have clean restrooms and stuff. Yeah, yours is just a 7-Eleven. Mine was Buc-ee's. Cleanest bathrooms, Beaver Nuggets.
I don't know, but this reminds me of
what were we saying? Go ahead.
Let me look it up what the song's called real quick.
Mm-hmm. And we're vamping. What, referring to a Selena song or Not sure what you mean here.
So it's a story about this Tupac song. Brenda's Got a Baby, and it's a pretty well known song. And it's about this woman gives birth at a very young age and puts the baby down a trash chute.
Okay.
And apparently it's a true story because he's like read the story in the New York Times or whatever. And somehow down the line, they got in contact with the baby years later. And they found the baby.
Was she still in the trash chute?
And no, it was like a grown adult at that time.
Okay, good.
And this is what's really strange.
Picked herself up out of the trash chute.
This is where it gets weird. So they found him, and they're like, "Hey, we found you. Did you know, like, you were inspired by this? Like, you inspired this song, this famous Tupac song?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And they're like, "Well, let's find the mom."
Oh no.
And they found the.
I don't know if you want to find a mom who has put the baby down the chute.
This is where I'm getting with this. So
what street corner was she on?
So they found her, and within the meeting, they're like, "Did you find my baby?" She wanted to know if they found the baby, and I'm sitting there going, "Wait, if she's been looking for this baby."
I don't think she's been looking.
I'm talking like, because you're talking. I think she was 13, or it was a sad story. Like she was. She was our age. She was raped. And stuff like that. But in my mind, I was like, you threw it down a trash chute, and then it just disappeared.
Where do you think it went?
What's going on right now? And that was, so yeah, to go.
Would be ironic if this man now works for Waste Management.
But I'm just letting you know, people get inspired. There might be a song about Miss Bucky, Little Bucky.
Right, Beaver Nugget.
A little Boosie. And then, but, I mean, Brenda's Got a Baby, dude. Check it out. That was an interesting story when I heard that. And if it's real, it's real. But the Bucky thing doesn't surprise me. That place is huge. And plus, it's very convenient to pull in if you're giving birth. So
yeah, I don't think it was a planned Bucky's birth. So? No, I think they were on their way to the hospital, and she said, it's coming. And they just pulled over to the
Do you think when they pulled over, they're like, get her to the bathroom?
That's what I'm saying. It's the cleanest one.
It's the cleanest, yeah.
I don't think she could even make it that far. It was the parking lot.
Wouldn't that be wild if you're filling up your car and then you just hear the screaming and you're like, what is that? Is that woman giving birth or something?
Not again.
And yeah, that's I don't know if I'd walk towards it. I guess I would.
I mean, if it's like the bear situation that you always deal with, I know exactly. You just kind of chill out and walk the other way, man.
Well, I meant more of like, if someone said, oh my God, that woman's giving birth. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I must inspect.
Where's this happening?
You're doing it all wrong. Let me show you.
No. I don't know how I would react to that. But yeah. Bear mace. That makes sense. Anytime there's a chance of meeting bears, you gotta have the
mace.
Actually, this one guy I like. There's this YouTube channel called The Outdoor Boys. Very enjoyable YouTube channel. I was watching an episode. I think it was yesterday. He goes, people ask me why I carry bear mace and not a gun, and he's like, basically because you can't be as accurate with a gun, but with bear mace you can just shoot it off like a grenade.
Spray and pray.
Yeah. And it works.
Well, last week or the week before, you were saying that you would rather have a gun instead of mace.
Yeah, because that'd be cooler.
So I think, are you admitting your flaw in your logic here?
No, I would bring both.
Get some!
We have your bear mace, but you also have a gun. Why would you carry a gun anyway? You're going hiking.
You never know.
You always carry a gun.
You never know, man. You never know.
That's why I don't go hiking, because I don't want to carry a gun.
That's the reason.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you always carry the bear mace if there's bears in the areas. A lot of people don't think about that.
They don't take it seriously, do they?
Well, that's what I love about the people our age. Like, let's go out and hike. I'm like, you got some bear mace? No. Well, then why are you going?
That's serious about it, huh?
You realize how dangerous bears are.
I've heard.
They don't play around.
I know.
But they also play around with your body.
Your dead body.
Yeah. So I would.
Okay. I hear people, Dick, this time of year say quite often that this is the roughest time to be kind of down on your luck or maybe out of a job or homeless. But is it just me?
No, I already got an argument for you.
But it just kind of seems like this might be the best time. Because this is the time when everybody's kind of giving.
Well, it can go both.
Right? There's toy drives.
The pendulum
there's food drives.
Well, the pendulum is huge.
Kind of seems like it'd be worse to be down on your luck in May than right now.
Well, no, it's because if you think about it, usually you get fired around the holidays.
That's when I usually do my firing.
Usually you get fired around the holidays. And
semantics.
If you're homeless, it's cold.
Hey, you know what? If you're homeless,
so it's even worse.
You probably don't have a job, ergo you can't get fired.
Well, I mean, that's when people get really down. They get fired, and then they become homeless.
Do you think
and then,
90% of a homeless guy's day is spent doing things they don't want to do? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, autopilot, baby. No, I don't. I think there's other stuff going on with that. I mean, there's people who are in need, but
yes, I just think it's interesting though, because I think this is the time when people are giving the most. This is probably the best time to be down on your luck.
Well, see, this makes me think of folks who live in cold climates.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of people who, like, yesterday I met a lady who's from Philadelphia, and she's like, I moved, and this is like an older lady, probably in her 80s. She goes, I moved down here specifically to get away from that.
Well, no.
And
the older you get, the less tolerance you have.
Well, no, she moved
for cold.
She moved
again because you don't like it.
She lived in Beaumont for her work life, so she had to have been living here for 30 years.
The frigid temperatures of Beaumont.
Well, she left Philadelphia to
gotcha. 30 years prior.
And so I always wondered if people who live there, are they always just mean? They get meaner as they get older, or is it just because I mean I imagine myself being very mean if I had to shovel snow every day.
It can't be pleasant.
And that doesn't mean I don't enjoy it, but I just become kind of like a mean person. It's just like,
again, we're going to go back to this. You'll find a way to make it enjoyable because that's just the kind of person you are.
Well, it's snowy, peeing in it. It's going to be fun.
And stream it.
That's how I'd start. That's how I'd start the shoveling process. Like, let me get rid of a couple inches here, and then But no, I always wondered that. So if you're a onesie that lives in a cold climate, general consensus: are people mean if they live there for like their entire lives? Because I don't think they're just mean people. I think you gradually get to it where you get used to it, but then it's just like you deal with a lot of crap because you're feeling cold. No one wants to feel cold, right? Am I wrong about that?
No, I know it.
So, but imagine you're feeling cold 80% of the day, every day.
Makes you tough.
Yeah, but if you're tough, you're also kind of mean, right?
I would think so. Dick, it seems like we have a lot of peeing stories this week.
I like it.
Yeah. I want you to check this out.
Ironically, I don't have to use the restroom.
Get this, Dick. A French former public servant allegedly drugged more than 200 women on job interviews.
Oh, they're talking about Bill Cosby.
No. He's not French.
He
drugged more than 200 women with a diuretic so that the women would have to urinate during their interview. This guy was charged with several crimes, including sexual assault and drugging. But this guy apparently got off on watching ladies tinkle. And so he would spike their drinks during these interviews, ask them to, hey, let's go outside for a walk. And right as they said, I kind of need to use the bathroom. Oh, just a few minutes more till it got to the point where they couldn't hold it. And of course, he would videotape them in certain areas. What? Doing these things. This guy was a freak, man. He worked at the French Cultural Ministry.
Wait. How would he film? Like,
I'm sure he whipped
them to like the local cafe that they
Well,
use?
In one case, the woman was freaking out because she had to go so bad. He said, "Don't worry, I'll cover you, ma'am." And he kind of would protect her, shield her from others while he got a real good look himself.
Interesting. That is so bizarre.
Very bizarre, man. This was this guy's thing. But he is now in trouble.
Well, I imagine after 200, how did he not get...
Yeah, at what point?
Because I would think if I didn't get the job, I'd be like, yo, that was inappropriate. Because if I got the job, like, this could be really weird.
Yeah, can you imagine squatting and peeing right in front of somebody? I'm sorry, we went with the other candidate. Really?
Yeah.
Seriously, dude.
But if I got the job, I'd be like, hey,
yeah, this is weird.
You owe me.
One of the ladies said she felt
I can be like, you're inappropriate for making me pee.
Increasing need to urinate. My hands were trembling.
That's wild story.
My heart was palpitating, and beads of sweat ran down my forehead, and I was turning red. She said to him, I think we need to take a technical break, but he just kept on walking.
Do you think he planned out a route?
100%. This is probably his tinkle route.
There weren't spots that were convenient to use the restroom?
Probably, or maybe. Oh, you mean like public restrooms? Yeah, this walk was probably around
the story
around
still
the park
doesn't
or something.
Really make sense to me because I know if like you have to use the restroom really bad,
I'm just gonna let it go.
Well, no, it's like I would immediately go find a restroom if I can't make it. But usually you have enough time to find a restroom.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, like you can hold it for at least 5 minutes.
I guess this guy just kept, he had the gift of gab and just kept talking and talking and talking.
Yeah, I would tell the person, shut up, I'm finding a restroom. See you later.
Yeah, he said one of his things was he would offer them a coffee and then ask them to go on a walk, you know, to have a casual interview conversation.
How long does this thing take to
Kick in?
Yeah.
I don't know. Long enough. Just long enough, Dick.
There's too many questions.
Well, again, let this be a lesson to you, buddy. He's now in jail. Get this,
good.
dude. Get this. This was sent in
200
to us
women.
from 200 women. This was
How
sent
many
in to us.
interviews is he giving a day?
It doesn't say for over how long of a time period.
Because what?
And when you seen one video of a girl doing that, you kind of seen them all, right?
No, I know exactly what he's talking about, why he needs more. I get that.
This was sent in to us by a listener. Get this. A masked burglar broke into a Virginia liquor store that was closed last Saturday and hit the bottom shelf where the scotch and whiskey were stored. The bandit was something of a nocturnal menace, knocking the bottles over, and ceiling tiles collapsed. Alcohol was pooled all over the floor. It was a mess. The suspect basically acted like an animal because, in fact, he was a raccoon. Dick, I want you to show this picture of this drunk-ass raccoon on the floor right next to the toilet. Now, Dick, I know you can identify with this raccoon, probably.
No.
There are pictures of the mess that he
That's
made,
so mean
bottles
of you.
everywhere. He got in there, got schnockered up, and decided to, I guess, visit the bathroom. At least he was trying to hit the hole, I suppose. The officer who works at the animal control said, I personally like raccoons. What?
Just the idea of this raccoon drinking all that stuff. It's like, all right, I'm just going to keep, nope. And then you're opening up the liquor store. You're like, oh my God. And then you see this belly down raccoon by the toilet. You're like, what is happening today? Because I don't think I would have connected it was a raccoon at first. I'd be like, someone came in and did this stuff.
Yeah.
But then,
Oh, it's awesome, man.
that's a
It's
great
awesome.
story.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, listener Austin. That was a funny one. You can see the little guy walking in there on surveillance camera further down the article where he's sober, I guess, at that point, makes a mess, hits the whiskey, and then passes out in the bathroom.
I really went after it. Dang, dude. That's some damage.
Speaking of raccoons, a man was bitten in the face and hands by a raccoon he tried to save that later tested positive for rabies this past weekend in Georgia. You actually sent me this story. This is crazy, man. So this guy apparently found an injured raccoon, and he attempted to bring it into the nature preserve center himself, but he didn't have anything really to hold this animal with. So what does he do? He just wraps it up in his jacket, puts it up against his chest while he's driving, and raccoon gonna do what raccoons do, and it bit him in the hands, in the face, and then, of course, it turns out this raccoon was rabid.
Yeah.
This is why you don't pick up raccoons, man. Do you think that drunk raccoon would have had the same response? Probably not. He probably would start kissing you, telling you a long story. Oh, man, I'm so glad you're my friend. I'm so glad you're picking me up out here. I'm really not doing very good.
No, so what's funny is I should have followed up with this article.
Man, you're my best friend, man.
Apparently there was a study released.
I love you.
That raccoons are developing. I forget the scientific term. Basically, it's domestication.
Uh-huh.
You know how like dogs used to not be domesticated.
Sure, they were once wild.
So there's studies coming out that raccoons are slowly becoming domesticated.
Interesting, and they have little hands. They can get into crap.
Well, because I know a guy who had a raccoon for a pet, and when I read the story, the funniest thing to me, because it's unfortunate to get rabies, right?
Yeah, it's not the day. They're not the type of day you want to have.
The
typically.
funniest thing to me is I kind of wish I had video footage of him rushing to the animal clinic, and then all of a sudden the raccoon just starts getting him while he's driving. And it's like, imagine this car in front of you.
Yeah, he's wrestling with this thing.
And it's like, what's going on? There's a raccoon.
Well, it said that at one point it was scratching and biting him so bad, he drove back to his house, got duct tape, wrapped the duct tape around the jacket to kind of restrain the raccoon. He gets into the volunteer center, and this raccoon's going crazy. They had to scold him, basically saying that his actions endangered the children and other volunteers at the facility. Dude, don't bring in a rabid raccoon duct tape with a members-only jacket
this is
around
why I always
it.
love people who are animal people. And I'm like, one thing I love when people tell me that, I go, there's always to a point, right? Like, you love animals to a point.
Yeah.
And because you've met people who almost love animals more than they love human beings, kind of love.
Oh, 100%. I've met
But
a few of those.
I always like talking to those people because it's like, well, where's your breaking point? And like, what do you mean? Like, where's your breaking point? Like, you can save a raccoon, but what happens if you don't have anything to put it in a cage, right?
Yeah.
So would you put it in the car and risk whoever else is in the car hanging out with a raccoon? Well, like, I'm just asking.
At the end of the day, it's a raccoon.
Yeah, I would have bear maced it.
A Pennsylvania man is now hospitalized.
You don't think you'd bear mace that baby?
He is hospitalized after his dog allegedly fired a shotgun at him, injuring him in the back, according to the police department. Approximately 11:13 p.m. on Tuesday, officials received reports of a shooting that a 53-year-old man had suffered a gunshot wound to his back. While the police were on their way to the scene, officials were informed that a dog had jumped onto the bed and set the gun off. Dick, this is a warning for you and your dear Freddie that you allow.
And Molly.
Now we got two dogs up there?
Oh,
Oh,
Molly
two
do it.
dog now.
Yeah, they're sisters. They can do whatever they want.
Oh, that's hot. So I'm telling you, you need to be careful when you're always cleaning your guns in bed. This is a
Well,
risk.
I take
This
my
is a
guns
risk.
apart.
Oh, yeah, that's good. When you're cleaning them.
No, I leave them taken apart. I don't.
Yeah, it said that he was cleaning his gun, which was later identified as a shotgun.
Yeah, one of my friends says, "Isn't that kind of defeat the purpose of having a firearm in the house?" I'm like, "Yeah, but if someone comes to the house, I'm not gonna put my gun together, shoot somebody,
Yeah, if they deserve it.
because guns are dangerous. That's why I take them apart."
Last story here. For most people, introductions are a fleeting formality, an exchange of names accomplished in just mere seconds. However, for Lawrence Watkins, this simple task becomes an extraordinary feat of endurance. Because to recite his full name, all 2,253 words, takes 20 minutes. This feat was first demonstrated at his wedding in 1991 when the marriage celebrant pre-recorded his name list. And the guests wandered around the venue, champagne in hand, as the recording played all of his names until the very last moment before he finally said, "I do." Now, this is funny. This guy apparently had an obsession with the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, I get it.
And he wanted to be in the Guinness Book of World Records, but it says he did not have any particular traits and talents that could get him into the Guinness Book. Dick, you could probably identify with that. So he said he thought about the largest height difference between spouses, because back then the world record holder was a 6'2" man whose wife was 3 feet tall. So he was looking. No, 6'2" is definitely not Shaq. So unless he could find somebody to marry that was extremely shorter than 3 feet, that wasn't happening.
Wouldn't that be a great date?
What's that?
Like, this man is so obsessed with being in the Guinness Book of World Records. He's searching for a shorty. And then you go on your date, and you're like, the perfect one. Yes. And then, like, she goes, "Why do you like me?" "We're going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records."
He just kept adding, I guess, names to his legal names, too, over and over and over.
And he goes by Lawrence.
Yeah, and he goes by Lawrence. And each time he has to do this, I think it's like $230, they said.
So basically 230 times 2,000.
I'm guessing so.
That's a commitment.
But he has more than 2,000 names on record from A to Z. Seems like kind of a lame way to get your names into the record book.
Well, see, now that I know this, if we're for the segment for Dick today, it's called Rich Dick. If I had all the money in the world,
Mm-hmm.
I would pay you to change your name 2,254 times, and then I'd be like, you gotta call this guy.
Here it is.
And the last name you're gonna put on there too. The last name is gonna be Lawrence, and then Watkins. This is like, so to get that one over the line, it's gonna be Watkins. Be like, got you, bro.
I love this. It says he soon came to the conclusion, as he was looking for a way to get into the record books, that he was a normal person with no particular talent. That's the line I was looking for.
I'm guessing that the 200 2,253 names are all unique. You can't have repeats.
I don't think you can be like Daryl in there.
It
No.
was like different spellings of Daryl.
Yeah, no, this is a good point. I bet it has
I
to be all unique.
wonder what names aren't on there, because there's got to be a point where it's just gibberish. But then again, you can't really you can't just start making Chinese names added to your name, can you? Because those are
I
some names
suppose
are
you
unique
could.
to like New Guinea. So you're gonna have some interesting names. You got to. There's no way there's 2,000 names in the world that like in the United States unless you go culturally out.
Makes Richard Price Schisler IV seem pretty lame. You got a ways to go.
That's why
to
I
catch
changed
this
it.
guy.
I changed it just to Dick,
That's right. That's why.
and it's just.
I bet you Dick's in there somewhere.
And I went the Prince way. It's just it's just a symbol.
Throw a symbol in. That's nice. An
No.
asterisk.
No, it's just a symbol. You know what the symbol is?
Yeah,
It's
it's a symbol.
That's what it is. I legally did it. But
All right, man. Quick hit here at the end of the show. And speaking of long names, Dick, do you know who Herbert Blaine Wolfenschlagelstein Hoffensbergerdorf Sr. is?
Yes, I have to say congratulations for pronouncing that.
His also goes by Wolfstern, Wolfie plus 666, Wolfie plus 585, and Wolf plus 590. He was a German-born American typesetter who held the record for the longest personal name ever used. Herbert's name is made up of 27 names. Each of his 26 given names starts with a different letter, blah-dee-dee-blah-dee-dee-blah. But this was actually his legal name,
See, this is to me.
and it is
this
the longest
isn't-
in history.
This isn't good. I wouldn't if someone came to me and was like, "Hey, we got the longest name." I'm like, that doesn't count. Like, it's got to have some history to it, because there is a genuine family that has a very long name.
Yeah, and I think if you go back generations and generations and somehow follow your lineage and add it in there, I could get that. And
Yeah.
maybe that's what this guy did.
because that's why I always love the argument of middle names. Because some people don't have middle names, some people do, and traditionally, from what I understand, is you take the middle name of your father's first name, you know,
Right.
or like your mom, or you put your maiden name. So, like my mom, her name is I probably shouldn't even say it on the air.
So
But in my case, we were the fourth, the third, so we had the same middle name. But isn't that usually how it works
that
for
apparently
women? That's usually how it works.
the name that I just said was a shortened version. That's why the Wolf plus 66, Wolf
But
plus
he
5.
made that though. He
So-
wasn't born into that.
I don't know, because if you look at this article, it's a bunch of normal names, and then it just goes off the rails, and it looks like somebody
It's
just
very German.
fell asleep at the typewriter, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And he shortened it to that Wolfenschlagelstein Hoffensbergersdorf Sr. So I don't know, man. I don't know where all that came from, but it is the longest legal name. So I guess this other guy in the world Guinness Book, is it not
So
legal?
if
I
you
don't
read
know,
if
man.
you read about him, he was not born with that name. He was born in Germany
Correct.
to a Wolfstern. And sounds like when he moved to the States, he changed it.
Interesting.
Yeah, because there's a court order he had to do. And that's a long name.
Well, I'm not giving this guy the posthumous or not, the onesie of the week.
Well,
It's just kind of
I
silly.
wouldn't give the other guy a Guinness Book of World Record,
Yeah, like I said, it seems like
because
just,
you're basically pay to play, dog.
that's exactly right.
And that's not in the spirit
No,
of
you
Guinness
need
Book
to
of
have either
World
the
Records.
longest fingernails or be the biggest, fattest person or married to the shortest woman, like normal, like the way nature intended it.
Well, because what's funny about that short thing, I would put money on it that there is a shorter couple, but they don't know it's part of the Guinness
It's a
Book.
height
Well, that's what I'm saying.
discrepancy.
Yeah, like there's a tall, short. I bet you there's a couple out
They
there.
just didn't report it.
Yeah, they don't know.
Our love is not a joke.
Yeah, because I want to look up Shaq's and his wife, because I remember reading about how short his wife was compared to him,
I think she's like 5'2",
and he's like
7'2",
Oh, okay, so it's really not that.
3 feet.
Yeah.
And the other dude was 4 feet, I think.
What was the goal? Do you remember? Did it say what the goal, like what it is to get you in the Guinness Book of World Record difference? Is it 4 feet?
Well, this guy said he was 6'2", and his wife was what, under 3 foot. She would have had to have been severely under 3 foot if he's only 6'2".
Yeah. So you're looking for 4 feet would be like holding the record for a while.
Well, this says 6'2", whose wife was 3 feet, but this also says at the time, so maybe this has been beaten since then.
Yeah.
This was in the
But
early
that's
90s.
what I'm saying. To play it safe, we need you to be 4 feet difference.
Yes, that's what we're looking for right here.
Okay.
You're like, challenge accepted.
No, not for me. I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. That means that requires me to be with somebody. I don't want to be with anybody.
All right, man, that's all the time we got for this week, buddy. Kind of a weird show, but we got it in.
We got it through.
We got through it. We had crazy technical issues that you told me not to mention to the onesie, but I did anyways. Kind of threw us all off, but you know what? We persevered
it didn't
and
throw
we got
me
through.
off.
No, I could tell. Consummate professional you are. I get it.
I don't let that kind of thing bother me in the day. But you had a meltdown.
I did.
We had to delete it because Andrew used language we couldn't put on the air.
I threw the mic. I stomped my feet. I said, I can't work under these conditions.
There you
Whatever.
go.
Till next week, guys. Bye-bye.